Today is very exciting. One of my gifted older students, Miss Nhi, took her IELTS exam and did phenomenally well. Today, I want to critique that speaking test with some positives and some things that maybe have room for improvement that you can use in your IELTS test. So, without further ado, let's begin. Very nice to meet you today. What is your name, please?
My name is Nhi.
Fantastic. And Nhi, how are you feeling today?
I'm very, very good.
Yeah, fantastic. So you can see there at the start of the exam, Nhi is feeling good, but maybe a little bit nervous. And this is perfectly normal. Most students are the same. Before your test, just take a deep breath and try to relax. We'll be in 3 parts today. So if you're ready, we can start. Fantastic. So Nhi, first of all, can we please talk about food? What is your favorite type of cuisine?
Well, I have to say that I'm not a picky eater. So if I have to pick my favorite food,
Did you hear that? I'm not a picky eater. Beautiful, very natural phrase that native speakers use. And we've got off to a great start.
this is Vietnamese food because we are all familiar with the traditional food in Vietnam, and I find that it contains a variety of food. So I think that it will give me a tasty meal when it comes to Vietnamese cuisine.
Fantastic, thank you. I love that she smiles at the end of her answer. Guys, one piece of advice I would give you is when you finish speaking, try to finish confidently with a smile ready for the next question. It just helps for that communication between the student and the examiner. Thank you. Do you prefer eating at home or dining out?
Well, to be honest, I would like to eating at home because I can ensure the quality of the ingredients and the food that I can make at home, and I find that I find that it's more comfortable for me to eating at home because without no one judging me.
I like how she self-corrected that without anybody judging me. That was nice self-correction there. One thing I will say is, although technically it's not important, I do find non-verbal communication is quite nice. At the moment, Nhi is sitting quite straight. I know it's a nerve-wracking experience. In your test, you can move your hands. You can smile. Often smiling helps with your pronunciation. Eating habits changed over time, Nhi?
Yes, definitely. When I was young, I preferred junk food, and I can eat it all day.
Good self-correction there, straight away. Excellent. Eat and ate.
But when I've grown older, I think that healthy meal is very important. And then I've changed to a more healthier lifestyle, like eating more vegetables and fruits, I think.
Brilliant. One thing, Nhi used a fantastic technique there. She said, when I was younger, but now. That's really nice because we show we can use the past tense and the present tense. Excellent. Brilliant. But is there any food you dislike?
Well, it's hard to say because I can eat almost everything. But I think that the food has the smell, has a strong smell, like stinky tofu. I think that I don't really love it.
Sure. Yes, and maybe durian, yeah. Moving on now, let's talk about travel. Do you enjoy traveling to new places?
Well, definitely. Who doesn't like traveling? And I find travel really is a really good chance for me to refresh my mind after a really hardworking period. And for traveling, I like to explore new places with different culture and cuisines there.
One thing I would love to compliment is her pronunciation. Many students say many place instead of places, cuisine. The final sounds for her speaking really make her stand out. Excellent. The most memorable trip you have ever taken?
To be honest,
One thing I will say is there's a lot of repetition of which is fine because I know students feel nervous. If possible, don't be afraid to just pause. Instead of saying just pause to take a second to think about your answer first.
I think that the trip that left me with the most impression is the trip to Thailand because it was the trip that I first came to another country. And in Thailand, there are a lot of activities there, and I love the culture and also the food there. I can eat almost everything at the time there.
You can see there, little grammar mistake. I can eat. No, it should be I could eat many of the things there. But that's okay. She kept going. It was still nice. One thing I will say in part one, I would have liked her to have given an example. She could say, oh, I can vividly remember I ate pho in Thailand for the first time and it tasted delicious. By the way, I know they don't eat pho in Thailand.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Are there any countries you would like to visit in the future, Nhi?
Personally, I would like to visit France because I currently study French and I find its culture really impressive. And I would like to go to Paris, which is known as a really beautiful city. And I also love fashion, so a lot of fashion brands came from France. So I think that I can learn a lot of things there.
Fantastic.
That was an interesting one. So she wanted to go to Paris because it's a beautiful city. I would have liked her to maybe think of more advanced vocabulary here. It's a romantic city of love, Paris, the vibrant city of culture, Paris. There's phrases you can use in part one to really make you stand out.
We will move on to part two, okay? In part two, I will give you a question and you have 1 minute to take notes, okay? So the question is, please, describe a memorable experience that you had with your classmates. You should say, what was that experience? When did it happen? How did you feel about it? And how did your friends feel about it?
Remember, in the real exam, you will have a minute to prepare and try to answer it in a logical way. You don't necessarily need to answer all of the 4 points, but they're a guide for students to use. I often find students are most nervous about part two, and for me, it's one of the most important parts. So let's have a listen to Nhi's answer now.
To the end of the 1 minute now. So if you're ready, please could you start your part two?
The memorable experience that left me a lot of impression and unforgettable memories is the trip to Delhi.
So you can see the intro there was a little bit nervous. There was a few mistakes there that should be that left a strong impression on me. Great phrase though, left a strong impression. And I loved Dalat too. I would say the trip to the majestic mountains of Dalat.
The trip was planned by our school before graduation because at that time we had to do a lot of tests and preparation for the university, and it happened in April, which was a perfect time for us.
I love that grammar structure, which was a perfect time for us. Beautiful.
We went to Dalat, which was a really magnificent view of the mountains, and we did a lot of activities there. Firstly, we came to build our tents, and then we prepared meal together.
Final S, meals together.
In night, we have a festival that our students can come to the stage and sing, and we share our stories there.
Shared, the past tense, shared our stories to them.
I loved when we can sit around the campfire.
Good correction there. Sat. I remember we sat by the campfire. So if you are in the test and you can correct yourself straight away, that's great.
To share our moments together. And everyone was in high spirit. So I really loved that atmosphere. And then in the next day, we planned to cafe, which is...
We planned to visit or go to a cafe. Again, it's difficult to do in the moment. Everybody feels nervous, but I like her speed. Her speaking speed is nice. She's giving herself time to think about the story.
On the top of the hill. Then we took a lot of photos together. I love that moment because maybe it's just the last time that we can be this crowded together before everyone separate to another country. Because they planned a lot to go to study overseas, and it left me with a lot of memorable experience that I will never forget.
Fantastic.
So the S there, memorable experiences that I will never forget. Okay, so at the end of that part 2, I must confess, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening about the stories. For me, Nhi needs to work a little bit on more advanced vocabulary, so we enjoyed unforgettable moments sat around the campfire. I would also like to have had a little bit more intonation, the rise and fall of her voice when she's speaking. And a final piece of advice is I would have liked a bit more of a story somewhere. So she said that we enjoyed time around the campfire. What did you talk about? Why was it so unforgettable? What happened in that moment? Some kind of magical story that really allows you to show your emotion in your answers as well. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Again, just keeping that confidence when you're speaking. Let's move on to part 3 now.
Now we will move on to part 3, okay? And the first topic I want us to talk about is memorable experiences. Nhi, what makes an experience unforgettable for a person?
Well, I think it depends on different aspects. Like normally the experience that leaves a strong emotion, or it contains something for the first time, like when you first go to school and something like that. I think that it gives you a lot of emotion evolves in it, so that you can so it can create a long-lasting memory.
Brilliant, I agree, thank you. How can a memorable experience affect an individual's identity?
That's quite a difficult question. Again, try not to start your answer with just pause, give yourself time to think.
Personally, memorable experience can shape humans' beliefs and their self-perception.
Fantastic. Can shape humans' beliefs and self-perceptions. Wow, fantastic phrase.
For instance, like me, when I first went to university, I find that myself insecure, but then past memory about friendship and the sense of community.
One piece of advice in part 3, I love that Nhi is giving an example. If possible, try not to give too many examples about yourself. So instead of saying, for example, personally, or for example, for me, we can say, for example, in Vietnam, the majority of people or the minority of people feel this. It's just a great way to give examples in part 3.
I felt that I need to involve in this class, and then I came to everyone in the class and said hi to them. So I think my past memory helps me to be involved in the class, which is shaped my confidence.
Again, brilliant phrase, which helped shape my confidence. I love that. And you can see now Nhi's really coming out of her shell and starting to relax more into the exam. This often happens at the start in part 1. Students are very nervous, and then by the time they get to part 3, they're waiting for the test to be over and they feel more confident and more relaxed. I hope this happens in your exam too.
Why do people often share their memorable experiences with others?
Well, I think it depends on each of the personalities.
Great technique, great technique. It depends on people's personalities. Some people, other people. I love that.
People, they want to share every moment and post it on Facebook because they want to want everyone to notice them and they can upload every picture that they have taken. But for some people, they are more like introvert and they just only want to share their stories or their experience with the close one, and it depends much more on the personality.
Fantastic. Moving on now, let's talk about technological devices. Nhi, what makes a technological device important in your daily life?
Well, in this day and age, technology plays a vital role in helping us to solving our task. For example, a graphic designer depends much on the high performance technology like a laptop or tablet to finish their deadlines. And for me, I think without my phones or my laptop, I cannot do anything because I have to surf the internet for information and research for my study. And I also need these devices to entertain after a hard working day.
Fantastic, thank you so much.
I would say there is quite a lot of repetition of and also, and also. We might say, in addition to that, besides that, not only, but also. Not only because of this, but also because of this. It's just using different grammar structures there to give different ideas. Well, I think I will cut it short there. I think you'll agree with me that Nhi gave a fantastic performance. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little critique. Overall, Nhi did a fantastic performance, and she really got into the mood and the shape of things at the end. For me, her pronunciation overall was very good. I think that's probably her strongest of the 4 marking criteria. Pronunciation was the best. Next, I would like to compliment her fluency. Overall, there was a little bit of hesitation in these answers, but I don't think that it would affect her score too much because overall, it was good. In terms of grammar, there were a few past tense mistakes, but overall, I would say it was pretty good as well. For me, the most important thing for Nhi to work on is to try and maybe improve her vocabulary. There was quite a lot of simple vocabulary in her answers, although she did use some beautiful phrases as well. Help me to shape and determine my future. It depends on personality. So there were a few good phrases in there as well, but for me, vocabulary would be the thing that I would encourage Nhi to work on most. As always, guys, please leave a comment and let me know with your thoughts about this wonderful student and her great performance. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye for now.